A teenage brain doesn't spend a lot of time overthinking things, you know. I told you this story already, but I'll tell it to you again. I was probably 19 then. It just turns out this buddy of mine just got out of the Marine Corps. And so I'm thinking, you know, that might be a great way to, break this boredom. The next day I went down, signed up in the Marine Corps Air Wing. The military life didn't suit me well, but I knew how to play the game. I did what I had to do. I learned what I had to learn, and I did fine. Once I got to Japan, at first I was concerned about what it was going to be like, because that was only 10 years after the war ended. People were still fresh in their mind about the atom bomb that was dropped on them. So, I was like, whoa, what are we getting into? What are the Japanese people going to be like? And then once I met that girl, and she started showing me around, took me to see the big Buddha in Kamakura. And she wound up, introducing me to different foods and customs, the culture. Mind-blowing, it just expansion. And then one day we get an order. Send everybody back to base immediately. Pack up, get ready, you're leaving. Paradigm shift. I had such a damn good life. Starting is hard. I think it's the mix of the way my mother was and the way my father was. Woodbridge, New Jersey, actually, is where I spent most of my young life. My father is where I get my fire, intensity, full of piss and vinegar, but you get somebody like that, you can't stop them. People like that can do amazing things. High potential, sad story. People that have that kind of experience tend to go one way or another. My father bought me a little saw and a little hammer. I made all these cabinets in here. All these cabinets are made out of sassafras. I remember as a kid, why I like woodwork. I don't know for sure, but as a kid, I remember, I said, Mom, what can I do today? I had nothing to do. Make me something. But I'd make something, and she would like ooh and ah about it, So I'm probably still making stuff. I wish she were here for that. Cut, so I might as well do something while I'm here. The gentler side, thankfully I have some of that from my mother. She would try to help me with school. I thought school was boring, a waste of time, really. Once I got the dissertation, as soon as I finished the dissertation, I got my PhD. When you have that much information, doing analyses by hand with a calculator just don't get it. So I put together a plan, build a computer system. So then I called my son Gary, and right at that time, he was interested with this other friend of his of starting a software business. It looked like this could be something that would really fly commercially. Dave, my son, he helped me do some of the writing on TrackDat. Oh, it's a major business now. I mean, they work with Microsoft. Gary put together a team. They started the company. I sold them the rights to it. I gave them the rights to it in exchange for a royalty on every sale they make. And, they just kept expanding it once they had it. The proof is in the pudding. What you inevitably discover, everything doesn't matter. Does a nice house matter? Does it really matter? I mean, you can't take it with you. The only thing that does matter is people who know you and will remember you because you're important to them and they're important to you. And you just realize it comes down to that. There's got to be people. Kathy, she was just perfect for me. She's with me because we had that common philosophy, and we're still doing it. Sumiko Koike. She was an important piece of the puzzle. I mean, she made me love Japan. Arlene was a good wife. We had a good family. My son Gary was instrumental in getting Track-That off the ground. Dave's my right-hand man. And then when I had the farm, you know, Dave was out there chopping trees with me. My daughter, Shelley. It's interesting because she's probably the most like me in the creative aspect. Joyce, my foster daughter, she's still with us. She's part of our family. Ted Siemens was his name. He did it, you know, he protesting against Vietnam and marching for civil rights. His influence on me changed my life. Lives touch each other, you know, and I don't, rarely is it planned. You know, people don't know what they're doing. It's just where they are and who they are, and it sets something off in another person. I can't be proud of anything. It's not like I did it. I really didn't. Either way, I couldn't ask for a better life. I couldn't ask for it. More interesting, more challenging, more, you know, stay loose. Don't get solidified on some objective or some goal to where you begin to miss opportunities. I mean, you're into some major shit here. I think we're done. This has been good and enlightening for me to see. You're more than trying. You're succeeding. I'll tell you what, my legacy is going to be, I have helped my granddaughter.
Thank you.
She asked for this. I didn't want to do the whole thing, and I did the whole thing. I'm doing it for you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
This was another whole major episode in my life.